Good evening, children. Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Ma'am,
evening.
good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. I think we'll have to wait for the others. We'll just start in 3 minutes time. We'll just wait for the others to join. 3 minutes, we'll start the class. All right, children, good evening once again.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Good evening, ma'am.
are we in the, yeah, good evening. Are we in the right slide? We were discussing,
Yeah. Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. So where did we stop?
Ma'am, at the 14th question, ma'am.
14, fine. Okay, let's continue with the 15th. The point of the form A comma A always lies on A comma A meaning
On
both
the
the,
line x plus
Ma'am,
y.
y is equal to x, ma'am.
okay, so of the form A is equal to A, that is 1 comma 1. The point of the form A comma A, let's take some examples like 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 0 comma 0, 3 comma 3. It can be 3.5 comma 3.5, minus 3.5 comma minus 3.5. So the point of the form A comma A, the x coordinate and the y coordinate, their values are the same. Always lies on, if it is the x-axis.
On the line y is equal to x.
Yeah, on the line y is equal to x because clearly the x coordinate is equal to the y coordinate. A comma A. So the x coordinate is equal to the y coordinate. So such points, excuse me, such points will lie on the line given by the equation y is equal to x. Yeah, the next one. See, it cannot be x-axis because on the x-axis we know that y is always 0. On the x-axis we have points like 1 comma 0, 2 comma 0, 3 comma 0. Only when it is 0 comma 0, the x and y coordinates are the same. Otherwise, they're not equal.
Ma'am, y is equal to mx.
Okay, I'm still in the 15th one. So A is not possible. B is also not possible for the 15th one. And D means the x coordinate plus the y coordinate is 0. Now
Ma'am,
then tell me for the 15th one, if option D should be the option, how should the point look like?
-1 and +1, ma'am.
A comma minus A or minus A comma A.
Ma'am,
A
can
comma
you once again say me 14th question, ma'am?
14, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, for the 14th question, answer is infinitely many, ma'am.
How many linear equations in x and y? Yeah, infinitely many.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for question number 15, if the answer should be on the line x plus y is equal to 0, that is the sum of the x coordinate and the y coordinate should be 0. The sum of the x coordinate and the y coordinate should be 0. So if you
Ma'am,
yes.
ma'am, can you repeat what you said, ma'am? For me, I was not able to hear you, ma'am.
Which one? 14th or 15th one?
14th one, ma'am.
Okay, 14. How many linear equations in x and y can be satisfied by x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2? Now 3 comma 2 is the point. And we know that there are infinitely many lines passing through a given point. The point given is 3 comma 2, x3, y2. That is the point given is 3 comma 2. Now we know that theoretically we know that there are infinitely many, given one point, you can draw many lines. You can draw infinitely many lines passing through that point. So clearly, since many lines can be drawn passing through the point 3 comma 2, every line is given by a linear equation. So the question is how many linear equations in x and y? Infinitely many linear equations in x and y.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, we can have infinitely many linear equations in x and y. That can be satisfied by x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2. 3 comma 2 is the point. Many lines can be drawn through this point. Every line is given by a linear equation. So infinitely many is the correct option.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And for question number 15, if option D should be the option, then the point should be of the form A, comma minus A or minus A, comma A. We are the 15th one. If option D should be the option, just transpose y. So you will get x is equal to minus y. Or if you transpose x, you will get y is equal to minus x. On transposing the option D, when you transpose y, you get x is equal to minus y. So that means A, comma minus A. The point should be like A, comma minus A. X is equal to minus y. X is equal to minus y. Or if you transpose x to the other side, it will be y is equal to minus x. So that means x is equal to minus y or y is equal to minus x. So the points can be like A, comma minus A or minus A, comma A. Yes, 16th one.
Ma'am, I think answer D, option D, ma'am.
Option D. The adjoining graph, okay, it should be the below graph, okay, of line M is best described by. It's parallel to the y-axis, so x is equal to, and since it's, yeah, x is equal to A. Correct. X is equal to A. We know that when a line is parallel to the y-axis, its equation will be like x is equal to A. And since it's on the, since the line is to the right of the y-axis, the value of A will be greater than 0. And if the line is to the left of the y-axis,
Lesser than.
yeah,
Zero.
value of A will be less than 0. Yes, option D is the correct option. Question number 17. Please work the equation. Now it's not given what to take as x and y. Okay. 10 years ago, a father was 10 times as old as his son. Take the son's age as x and father's age as y.
Ma'am, son's age to be X and father's age to be Y, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, when we take the son's percentage as x and the father's percentage as y, what would have been their ages 10 years ago? Son's percentage x. What would have been his age 10 years ago?
X minus 10, ma'am.
X minus 10. X minus 10. Father's present age is Y. Father's present age is Y. 10 years ago,
Y minus 10.
Y minus 10. So if the son's present age is X years, his age 10 years ago would have been X minus 10. If father's present age is Y years, then the father's age Y year, sorry, then the father's, if the father's present age is Y years, then his age 10 years ago would have been Y minus 10. Now, actually, it should be specific children. We don't know if they've taken X as the father's age or the son's age. So I'll just correct that question. Let me make it more specific, but we'll just see the answer now. For our assumption, X is son and Y is father. So what is the, we have X minus 10 for son and we have Y minus 10 for father. What is it given? Father was 10 times as old as his son 10 years ago. So 10 years ago meaning Y minus 10, father's age Y minus 10 is equal to 10 times. So 10 into X minus 10. I'll work this and share the answer on WhatsApp. So since here it is not specific what is X and Y, we'll not check if we are getting one of these options. I'll correct the question. We'll come back to this in the next class. But this is how it is. So if you take the son's present age as X years, the father's present age as Y years, X minus 10, son's age 10 years ago, Y minus 10, father's age 10 years ago. According to the condition, father's age 10 years ago was 10 times the age of the son 10 years ago, which means Y minus 10 is equal to 10 into X minus 10 because father's age 10 years ago, Y minus 10 is equal to 10 times. So 10 into son's age 10 years ago, X minus 10. So Y minus 10 is equal to 10 into X minus 10. You need to open up the brackets and put it in the standard form to get the equation. 17th, I said I'll give more details in the question and we'll see the correct option in the next class. You see the 18th one, geometrical figure surrounded by the lines is rectangle, square, parallelogram, rhombus.
Ma'am, a square?
Square.
It's a square, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm getting, no, I just want other answer. If somebody else, all of you say it's a square, let's see. Just see again, make a rough graph. I don't think it's a square.
Ma'am, rectangle, ma'am.
Ma'am, I think it's a rhombus, ma'am. Rhombus, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the others also. Okay, yeah. I want you to also tell me the area of the figure. I want you to identify the figure, whether it is a rhombus, parallelogram, square, or a rectangle. Having identified that, also find its area. I think some of you said it's a square, then I heard rhombus.
A parallelogram.
Parallelogram. Okay, see, I think it's a rectangle. I think it is a rectangle of length 6 units and breadth 4 units. Just check if this can be the correct answer, or if this is the correct answer.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
See, I feel it is a rectangle of length or of dimensions 6 units and 4 units.
Yes, ma'am. 2 and 3.
These are lines parallel to the x and y axis. So clearly the corners are right angles. The quadrilateral enclosed by these so we have 4 equations, 2 of which are parallel to the x-axis, 2 of which are parallel to the y-axis. So you have 2 lines parallel to the x-axis, 2 lines parallel to the y-axis. So now these 4 lines will enclose a quadrilateral, and if you see, the corners of the quadrilateral will be at right angles to each other. So it has to be a rectangle or a square. That is the 2 lines which meet to form the corner. That those 2 lines will be at right angles to each other. Now the 4 corners are formed, right? The 4 corners are formed by the intersection of 2 lines. 2 lines intersect, and you find the corner of the quadrilateral there. So because the lines are parallel and perpendicular, the corners are right angles. If the corners are right angles, then the quadrilateral should be a square or a rectangle. And it is a square if all the sides are equal. It's a rectangle if only opposite sides are equal. So the opposite sides are equal, 6 units, for 6 and 4 units. So since the dimensions are 6 and 4, it's a rectangle. And the area will be 6 into 4, 24 square units. I'll just wait for some more time. If you disagree, let's just look into it again.
Ma'am, I agree, ma'am.
All right, Shreyas. Please make a rough sketch, children. X is equal to -3 will be a line parallel to the y-axis. Okay, how about getting the description? Yes, let's start. So x is describe this equation. X is equal to -3. Let me just do one for you. X is equal to -3. So the description is x is equal to -3 is a line parallel to the y-axis, parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 3 units to the left of the y-axis. Because -3, no? X is equal to -3 is a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 3 units to the left of the y-axis.
Ma'am, x is equal to 3, ma'am. Which is equal to parallel of y-axis in 3 unit of right side, ma'am.
Very good, very good. Yeah. Somebody else try y is equal to 2 and y is equal to -2. Yes, y is equal to 2 is a line.
Ma'am, can I say, ma'am?
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, can it?
Y is equal to parallel, ma'am, which is x is parallel to x-axis, ma'am, in right side. 2 units, ma'am. 2 units of right side, ma'am.
Right side. When it's parallel to the x-axis, there is no right and left side.
Above.
I'm just
Up.
parallel, ma'am.
Above, yeah. Y is equal to 2 is a line parallel to
Above
the
zero, ma'am.
x-axis.
I said
Correct.
above us like that, ma'am.
Okay, okay. No, fine, fine. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, right, left is in a you cannot use right, left. You should say above. They don't mean the same. Right, left, different from above and below. So y is equal to 2 is a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 2 units above the x-axis. And y
Ma'am,
is equal to minus 2 is a line
ma'am,
parallel to the, yeah, y is equal to minus 2. Y is equal to something. So it will be parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 2 units below the x-axis. So if you can, so when you just mark the corners A, B, C, D, you can see that the figure is a rectangle with dimensions 6 units and 4 units.
can you say me how to find the area, ma'am? I cannot understand, ma'am, the finding area.
So if you were you able to find the dimensions, the length and breadth, just count the spaces, count the unit number of units.
I'm on it.
Yeah. Or if you make the graph, I can now just make a rough sketch and share it on WhatsApp. But you take that initiative, understand, make the graph, see a rectangle being formed with length and breadth 6 and 4 units respectively. Area of rectangle is L into B, so 6 into 4, 24 square units. Yes, question number 19. All such points whose y coordinate is 2 more than 3 times the x coordinate lie on.
Y is
All,
equal to 3x plus 2, ma'am.
yeah. All such points whose y coordinate, so y is equal to y coordinate is, meaning y is equal to 2 more than 3 times the x coordinate. So y is equal to 3x plus 2. Y coordinate, y, that is y is equal to, is meaning equal to. Y coordinate is, so y is equal to 2 more than 3 times the x coordinate. 3 times the x coordinate is 3x. 2 more than that is 3x plus 2. 2 more than that. So 3x plus 2 is equal to y.
Hello.
Yeah, so which is the correct option?
Y is equal to 3x plus 2, ma'am.
B, man.
But we have 2 options like that, right? Oh, no, 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 only this B, only B. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So B is the correct option. Y is equal to 3x plus 2, yes. And in the standard form, it could be 3x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. 3x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. Or y minus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Just taking everything to one side. Children, don't, I hope you're not under the impression that question number 18 was not discussed properly. I just want you to make the graph, the 4 lines. Please draw the graph of x is equal to minus 3, y is equal to 2, x is equal to 3, y is equal to minus 2. make the graph and you can see that the 4 lines enclose a rectangle, enclose a quadrilateral whose corners are right angles. You will see that the 4 lines in question number 18, you will see that the 4 lines enclose a quadrilateral whose corners are right angles. So since the corners are right angles, it cannot be a parallelogram or a rhombus. It has to be a rectangle or a square. And it is a rectangle because only opposite sides are equal. So to understand that better, please help yourself by making the graph. Yes. Question number 20. Which of the following is not true about root 2x minus root 3y is equal to 1? Which of the following is not true? Okay. Which of the following is not true? It is a linear equation in 2 variables. It's true. It is a linear equation. The given equation is a linear equation in 2 variables. That is true. Its x-intercept is 1 by root 2 comma 0. So for this, what you have to do, just use the use x as 1 by root 2 and y as 0 and see if the equation is satisfied. See if the equation is satisfied. Its x-intercept is 1 by root 2 comma 0. X is 1 by root 2, y is 0. Please see if the equation is satisfied.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the equation is satisfied because in place of x, when we use 1 by root 2 and root 2 will get cancelled. So you have 1. See, as we are discussing, there's a lot of pause so that you are also working. If you're just listening to hearing me, I don't know how far you can understand. So you should be with your book and pen. I've been passing. Why? So that you can write and understand. So when you substitute, yes.
The answer is C, ma'am.
Okay, please. Yeah. 1 minute. Let's do it one by one. So we are in B. Okay, fine. Our answer is C. Let's see. So what was I telling you? Yes, option B. So when you substitute x 1 by root 2 and y 0, the equation is satisfied because root 2 cancel. So you have 1 minus 0, which is 1. Yes, LHS is equal to RHS. It's satisfied. So the second one is true. First one is true. Second one is true. Third one, 1 by root 2 comma 1 by root 3 is one of its solutions. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 3 is one of its solutions. So again, substitute in place of x 1 by root 2, in place of y 1 by root 2. See, when 1, okay, fine. If it is 1 by root 2 comma 0, it cannot be 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 3. See, for one x value, you will have only one y value. For a particular value of x, you will have a unique value of y. You cannot have 1 by root 2 comma 0 and 1 by root 2 comma 1 by root 3. See, when for this value of x 1 by root 2, we know y is 0 because it satisfies the equation. For the same x value 1 by root 2, you cannot have 1 by root 3. So it's very obvious that this is false because this is true. Anyways, you can just substitute and check. So you will get 1 minus 1, 0. I'm sure some of you are struggling in substituting and finding the value. X is 1 by root 2. When you substitute 1 by root 2 here, root 2 and root 2 will cancel. So you'll have 1 there. 1 minus. When you substitute 1 by root 3 here, root 3 cancels. Again, 1 you have. 1 minus 1 is 0. We have 0 in the LHS, but the RHS is 1. So the LHS is not equal to the RHS. So this is not true. C is not true. NOT, not true. Which of the following is not true? So C is not true. But sometimes you can have multiple, answers. So you have to be safe. So meaning in order to be safe, you'll have to check if D is true or false. Which of the following is not true? So this is not true. C is not true, but A is true. B is true. C is not true. Okay, but D, is it true or not true? We don't know. So you'll have to check that. How do we check? Find the x-intercept and y-intercept, all of you. Find the x-intercept and y-intercept. Tell me the values. To find the x-intercept, you should use y as 0. To find the y-intercept, you must use x 0.
y-intercept is equal to 1 by minus root 3, ma'am, and x-intercept is equal to 1 by root 2, ma'am.
What are the coordinates of the x-intercept?
Root
1
2.
by root 2, comma 0.
1 by root 2 comma 0. X-intercept is given by 1 by root 2 comma 0. Because x-intercept is the point where the graph line meets the x-axis. X-intercept is the point where the graph line meets the x-axis. So if it meets the x-axis, its y value should be 0. So when you give y 0, the corresponding value of x is 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 comma 0 represents the x-axis. I'm sorry, the x-intercept. What about the y-intercept?
0, comma minus 1 by root 3, ma'am.
0 comma minus 1 by root 3. All right. So that is what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept is the point where the graph line cuts the y-axis. Y-intercept is the point where the graph line cuts the y-axis, So how do we know where it cuts the y-axis? So if it cuts the y-axis, its x-coordinate is 0. So when x is 0, y is equal to minus 1 by root 3. Now, children, what you do is, see in your book, you don't need a graph book for this. Just show the x and follow my, just do one by one. As I say, draw the x and y axis. Draw the x and y axis. You don't need a graph book for this. Draw the x and y axis. So you have a plus now, you have a cross with you. Next, the x-intercept is 1 by root 2. So what is this 1 by root 2? It's like the value of root 2 is 1.414, right? The value of root 2 is 1.414. So 1 divided by 1.414. Somewhere it will be less than 1 because 1 divided by, it's a proper fraction, right? 1 divided by 1.414. Okay, take it as 2 also. 1 divided by 1.414 is 1.5. Okay, 2. 1 by 2 is half. So anyways, 1 by root 2, the value will lie between 0 and 1. Yes or no? The value
Yes,
of 1 by
ma'am.
root. See, if you still feel that no, I don't understand the value of 1 by root 2, rationalize the denominator. Rationalize the denominator. So what is 1 by root 2? Multiply and divide by root 2. Multiply and divide by root 2. So you get 2 by root 2 by 2. You will get root 2 by 2. 1 by root 2, multiply and divide by root 2. Rationalize the denominator. So that is root 2 by 2. Root 2 by 2 meaning 1.414 by 2. So half of that will be some 0.75. So just get an approximate value, estimate, not actual. So it will be between 0 and 1, children. It will be somewhere between 0 and 1. So where will you plot the point, 0, that value between 0 and 1 and 0? On the x-axis, it will be before 1. On the x-axis, it will be before 1 unit. And what's the other one? 0, comma, minus 1 by root 3. 0, comma, minus 1 by root 3. So when you rationalize the denominator, it is root 3 by 3. 1.732 by 3. So again, the value will be less than 1. It will be less than 1. So when you plot, it will be on the y, it will be on the negative side of the y-axis. 0, comma, that y coordinate when you plot, it will be between 0 and minus 1. I'm sharing the picture on WhatsApp.
Ma'am, how to find the root 3 factor, ma'am? Value of root 3, ma'am.
Value of root 3, I'm telling you now, 1.732. It's around 1.8. 1.8. I've shared the graph on WhatsApp. So you can see that the line passes through the first quadrant, third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant, and not through the second quadrant. So some of its solutions lie in the second quadrant is also false. Some of its solutions lie in the second quadrant. No, but the graph line passes through the first, fourth, and third quadrant. It doesn't pass through the second quadrant. See, the x and y intercepts are the x-intercept. You all told me that the x-intercept is what is the x-intercept?
1 by root 2, comma 0.
Yeah, how do we find the x-intercept? X-intercept is the point where the line meets the x-axis. So you must give y as 0. In the given equation, when y is 0, x is 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 comma 0 is the x-intercept. And the y-intercept is when x is 0. Give x is 0 and find the corresponding y value. So that is 0 comma minus 1 by root 3. Now after this, what to do? Because it is in it's a surd, it's difficult to find out where, meaning where the point lies. So I'm telling you, let's find an approximate value. Let's find what 1 by root 2 means. When you rationalize the denominator, it is root 2 by 2. Now root 2, you can take it as 1.5 approximately. Root 2 is 1.414, which is approximately 1.5. So 1.5 by 2 is 0.75. So it's like you'll have to plot 0.75 comma 0. 0.75 comma 0. 0.75 is less than 1. So where will you plot that? Before 1, just before 1 it will be on the x-axis. And then you'll have to plot 0 comma minus 1 by root 3. Again on rationalizing you get minus root 3 by 3. Minus root 3 is approximately 1.732. You can just take it as 1.7 or 1.8. Now again 1.8 by 3. You know the value is less than 1. See, we're not even finding the value. 1.8 by 3. Surely it will be less than 1. So 0, you'll have to plot 0 comma minus on the negative side. 0 comma minus some value less than minus 1. So if you join these 2 points, you will see that the graph passes through the first quadrant, passes through the fourth quadrant, passes through the third quadrant, does not pass through the second quadrant, which means no solution lies in the second quadrant. So I think C and D, both of them are false. Which of the following is not true? C and D, not true, because C and D false. C is not a solution, but it's given it's a solution. So false. And nothing lies in the line does not pass through the second quadrant, because it does not pass through the second quadrant. It passes through the first, fourth, and the third quadrant. So solutions lie there, but not in the second quadrant. See, there should be some effort from your end also. It's very easy to say, I don't understand, but you should have been doing whatever was told to you. So now we have to do this 17th one in the next class. So tomorrow. So just think about it. If you have any questions, please make a note of it and ask me tomorrow regarding the 20th one, 20. Now for 20, correct, the options are C and D. Both of them are incorrect, meaning both of them are not true about the equation. Yes, now question number 21.
Option D, ma'am.
This will be followed by a test. Get ready for the test. So with today we'll wind up the classes for linear equations. For tomorrow, I think I'll start coordinate geometry or some other new chapter. Mostly coordinate geometry.
Option D for 21, ma'am.
Option D. Okay, so this is simple. No, you just have to substitute. Okay, so D minus 3.
Ma'am,
The one, but I'm still confused. Option D, yeah?
ma'am, option C, ma'am. 3,6.
Yeah, but I think somebody said D now. That's what even I was confused. 3. No, but that also. No, please give me one correct answer, one correct option, children.
Ma'am, 3,6.
Minus 3,6.
Minus 3,6, ma'am.
Ma'am, D, ma'am.
No, I understand the confusion. See, you should not put the values in the equation. Okay, fine. Let me not confuse you. Which is the correct option?
Option D, ma'am. Minus 3,6.
Children, what are the options below are the A1 and B1 values, not X and Y, not X comma Y. Don't get confused. Don't.
Ma'am, 6, minus 3.
Okay. So how do we find A1? How do we find A1? In place of X, we need to use 2. In place of X, use 2. Because X is 2. When X is 2, what is the value of Y? So when X is 2. So 2 minus 2Y is equal to 8. Minus 2Y is equal to 8 minus 2. Minus 2Y is equal to 6. Y is equal to 6 by minus 2, which is minus 3. So Y is minus 3. Y is minus 3. Then obviously this should be the answer because there's no minus 3 anywhere. So minus 3, and then when Y is minus 1, what's the value of X? When Y is minus 1. So when Y is minus 1, it will be X plus 2 is equal to 8. X is equal to 8 minus 2, which is 6. So yes, as Kanishka and somebody else also said, D is the correct option. Children, these are not the X and Y values. Don't get confused. These are not the XY values. The values of A1 and B1 are, meaning this is not an ordered pair. It's not 6 comma minus 3 ordered pair. When X is 2, the value of a1 is that when x is 2, the value of y is -3. That is the value of a1 is 3. Oh, sorry, -3. And when y is -1, the value of x, which is given as b1, is 6. These are a1 and b1 values, a1 and b1. The values of a1 and b1 are respectively
Twen-
the condition.
Option D, ma'am.
Okay, option D, correct. Option D. If a linear equation has 23rd, if a linear equation has solutions like this, then it's of the form
B, ma'am.
D, ma'am, D.
Option B, ma'am. X plus y is equal to 0.
yeah, because it's very clear that x plus y is 0. -2 plus 2, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. When you add the x coordinate and the y coordinate, we get 0. Here, x coordinate plus y coordinate, 0. X coordinate plus y coordinate, 0. X coordinate plus y coordinate, 0. So x plus y is equal to 0. These points represent x plus y is equal to 0. The equation of the line y is equal to 0 represents
D, ma'am.
X-axis.
D, ma'am. X-axis.
x-axis. Y is equal to 0 represents the x-axis.
X-axis.
Yeah. Equation of line parallel to x-axis and 2 units above the origin.
Y is equal to 2, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Par-
y is
Yeah, parallel to x-axis. So it will be y is equal to b. Y is
ma'am.
and 2 units above
y is
the
equal
origin.
to 2, ma'am.
Yeah, so it will be positive. Above it will be positive. So y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 2. All right, children. So remind me, we need to talk about question number 20, 18, because some of us are still to try, no? I don't know if you all understood if the quadrilateral formed as a rectangle. So please try making a rough graph of these lines. So we need to take up 20 tomorrow, 18, and this one, and this one. This one we understood the equation. It's just that I need to see what they've taken as x and y. I don't want to spend time in the class because it should have been very specific, meaning taking the fathers whatever as x and son as y. Since it's not specific, we'll not but we understood how to make the equation. We understood. So we'll take up this tomorrow. 17, 18, 20 again tomorrow. All right. I think we have done the first one from this. Have we done the second one?
Ma'am, first one we done, ma'am. Second one, I think no.
Yeah, what about the third one?
We haven't done that also, ma'am. The third one. No, ma'am.
2 we haven't done in the class, right? 2.
Yes,
No, ma'am,
ma'am.
we haven't done.
Yeah, please make a graph of this. The important thing is this one. Draw the graph to find the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by the line with the coordinate axis. Draw the graph to find the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by the line with the coordinate axis. Let's see how you understand this. Please make the graph of this one. Yes, what's the question?
Do we have to do it right now, ma'am?
Yeah, right now, correct. Right now. I think in less than 10 minutes you can finish this. Try both 2 and 3. For 3, just construct the equation alone. No, here you're asked to make the graph, right? Yeah. Taking the, oh, I thought you had to only construct the equation. No. Make a graph for the, hence find the father's age of the, yes. For 3 also you have to make the graph. You'll have to construct the equation and make the graph and find the father's age when the son's age is 12. Okay, so 2 and 3, both graphs. 15 minutes time, children. 6:30 it is. By 6:45 you should finish both. For both 2 and 3, you will have to, for 2, you have the equation. You will have to make the graph and answer this question. Find the coordinates of the triangle. And for 3, you'll have to construct the equation, make the graph, and from the graph, you should find the father's age when the son's age is 12. I'll get back to you in 15 minutes. Don't try to communicate. I'll be away. I'll get back in 15 minutes. Do you have any questions? Any clarifications? Let me stay for some time. Read the questions. Read 2 and 3. Any clarifications? Okay. I'll get back to you in 15 minutes. Pranav has shared the second answer with me. Let's discuss the second answer, children. What is the value of y when x is 0? For the second one?
Yeah. Ma'am, minus 8, ma'am.
-8, ma'am.
Okay, what's the value of y when x is 3?
0,
0,
ma'am.
ma'am. 0, ma'am.
And the value of x when y is 8?
6, ma'am.
6, ma'am.
6. Okay. I don't know why it's also seen lightly there, but I'm very sure that my children wouldn't have just taken the values from there. So when x is 0, y is -8, 3 it is 0, and then when y is 8, it is 6. Correct. Fine. Now the most important thing, what are the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle? Could not get that part. Okay, now the graph, what is the x-intercept? From the graph, what is the x-intercept?
Ma'am, 3, ma'am.
No, intercept is x and y intercept represents the coordinates of the point. So what is the x coordinate?
3, 0, ma'am.
3, 0.
3,
And
0, ma'am.
yeah, that's the 3, 0 is the x-intercept. What about the y-intercept?
0, -8, ma'am. 0, -8.
You have it in the table also, right? We have the intercepts in the table
Yes,
also.
ma'am.
See?
Yes, ma'am.
We have the intercept here in the table. 0, -8 and 3, 0. So 3, 0 will lie on the, where will 3, 0 lie?
X-axis, ma'am.
So that's the x-intercept. Yeah, so that is the x-intercept. And when you plot 0, -8, when you plot 0, -8, where does it lie? 0, -8.
Y-axis. Y-axis, ma'am.
On the y-axis. When you plot 0, -8, it lies on the y-axis. When you plot 3, 0, it lies on the x-axis. And then this other point 6, 8. When you join these 3 points, you get the straight line. So clearly your graph is correct if your graph passes through. See, you mark these points 0, -8. So it will cut the y-axis here. The x-axis at 3, 0. Your graph is right. So draw the graph and find the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. There's only one line. Then how can we get a triangle? So the other 2 lines are the coordinate axis. That is the x-axis and the y-axis. The other 2 lines. See, we need 3 lines. To make a triangle, we need 3 lines. We have only 1 line given to us in the question. The other 2 lines are the x and y axis themselves, because it's given here, formed by the line with the coordinate axis. You can see the plural form here, ax, es, which means the x axis and the y axis. Can anyone tell me other than Pranav, because he shared the working?
Ma'am, I have also shared, ma'am.
Let me see. Yeah. Yes, Kanishka, your graph is correct, but what about the vertices of the triangle? You didn't shade the triangle.
Yes, ma'am, I will do it right now.
Anyways, this is what it is, children. This is how it should be like. So this is the graph line. This is the graph line. And the triangle formed by the line with the coordinate axis, the x-axis and the y-axis. So you can see it here. This is the triangle. I've shaded the triangle. You can see I've shaded the triangle formed by the line with the x and y-axis. This is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. And this is the graph line. So these 3 lines enclose the triangle here. You can see here AB is a part of the x-axis. AC. I've called the triangle ABC. Call the triangle ABC. You can see AB is a part of the x-axis. AC is a part of the y-axis, which means we have considered the x-axis and y-axis. We have taken x and y-axis also as two lines of the three lines, because we are getting one side from the x-axis. AB, the side AB of the triangle is a part of the x-axis. The side AC of the triangle is a part of the y-axis, and the side BC of the triangle is a part of the equation x minus 3y is equal to 24, the given equation. How do you make out the triangle formed? So there we have to take up three lines, right? The three sides of the triangle, must be portions of the three lines. I've named the triangle ABC. AB is a part of the x-axis, AC is a part of the y-axis, and BC is a part of the line, the given equation 8x minus 3y is equal to 24. So this is the triangle and these are the vertices of the triangle. A 0, 0, B 3, 0, and C 0, minus 8. You can mark ABC in any order. You can call it PQR, MNO, whatever. So the positions of ABC are not important, meaning it's not that A should come out here, B here, and C here. But the coordinates of the triangle are 0, 0, 3, 0, and 0, minus 8. What's the equation for the next one? Yes, I want equations. I want the equations. Only one equation will be the correct equation, but share the equations you've got. Two years later, a father will be 8 years more than 3 times the age of the son. So it's 2 years later. 2 years later. Now it's given, take the percentage of the father as x and the percentage of the son as y. Yeah. So what is the father's percentage?
X, ma'am.
So what will be the father's age 2 years later?
X plus 2.
Yeah. What is the son's percentage?
Y.
And what will be the son's age 2 years later?
Y plus 2.
Okay. What is given? Father will be 2 years later. Father will be, that is x plus 2 is equal to. Father will be, that means x plus 2 is equal to 8 years more than. So in the end, x plus 2 is equal to plus 8. You must write in the end. 8 more than what? 8 more than 3 times the age of the son. 3 times. 3 times meaning 3 into
Y, ma'am. 3 into Y, 3Y, ma'am.
Ma'am, 3y, ma'am.
no. When it's when mostly when it is given, a father will be 2 years later. A father will be 8 years more than 3 times the age of the son. It is mostly like at that time 3 times the age of the son at that time.
3 into Y plus 2.
Yeah. If you've not completed the graph, make the graph. Think about the equation before making the graph. Let's discuss the equation again. All of you read the information and try to understand. I was telling you that when it's given 3 times the age of the sun, at that time it will be. Because they're talking about 2 years later. 2 years later. So that means you must take father's age and son's age as x plus 2 and y plus 2, not the present ages, because they're not talking about the present ages. If it is 3 times the age of the sun, it will be mentioned 3 times the present age of the sun. See, when they're talking about 2 years later, you must take the father's and the son's age 2 years later only. If supposing 2 years later they're talking about the present ages, the word present will be mentioned. 2 years later, a father will be. That means when they're talking about 2 years later, it is the father's age 2 years later and the son's age also 2 years later. But if it is about the present ages, the word present will be mentioned there. 2 years later, now because some of us had a doubt if the son's age we should take as y or y plus 2. I'm trying to clarify that. 2 years later, a father will be 8 years more than 3 times the present age of the sun will be given to you. Present age of the sun. What I'm saying is if the question talks about the future, then the ages will be of the future age. Or if the question talks about the past, 10 years ago, then you must take the father and the son's age 10 years ago. 5 years later, you must take their ages 5 years later. If 5 years later they're talking about the present age, it will be mentioned, the word present will be mentioned there. So you can see the equation here. You can see the equation here. Father, present age, father, son, present ages 2 years later. X and Y. This is given to us in the question. Take the father's age as X and son's age as Y. After 2 years, X plus 2, Y plus 2. So according to the condition given, father's age 2 years later, X plus 2 will be 8 years more than, so plus 8. 3 times the age of the sun. 2 years later, the father's age will be 8 more than 3 times the age of the sun. Age of the sun 2 years later only. So see here, you just have to convert the equation which is in words to a mathematical equation. The information in words to a mathematical equation. So father's age 2 years later will be 8 more than 3 times the sun's age. So this is the equation, and you need to make an XY table. Make its graph. And from the graph, you must read. So you can find it algebraically. You can find it algebraically. You need to find the father's age when the sun is 12. When the sun is 12. So when who's the sun? Y. Okay, so Y is the sun's age. So in place of Y, when you use 12, you can find the corresponding value of X. When Y is 12, find the corresponding value of X. That is what you should get in the graph. When Y is 12, find the corresponding value of X. That's what you should get from the graph also. This is the graph. You can see here when the sun's age, or when the sun is 12 years old, 10, 11, 12. because the father's age is taken along the x-axis and son's age along the y-axis. Son's age along the y-axis. Son's age along the y-axis, father's age along the x-axis. So when the son is 12 years old, so 10, 11, 12 here, the corresponding value of x is 48. 48, 49, 50, 48. So to get the C, you might, on the graph, you might get 47 or 47.5 or 49. So you should have worked it algebraically. You should have worked it algebraically and got the answer. See, I worked it algebraically. I got the answer 48. So I made sure that I get 48 on the graph also. So it's very important you work algebraically and get the answer. When y is 12, x is 48. You must get 48. Take a screenshot. You can complete this later, maybe, if you have not finished.
Ma'am, can we use our own values?
Yeah. For this one, I did not give any value, no? Oh, you're saying, yeah. No, for this one, you are free to use your values. This is the table which I have made. You can use your own values, yes. Talking about this one, this table?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can make your own XY table. You can use different values for X and find the corresponding values of Y. Yes, you can do that.
Okay, ma'am.
Take a screenshot, children. Please complete this. Just in case you did not take a screenshot, do it now. Okay. Yes, answer these questions. The equation of the line whose graph is given in figure 1 is.
Ma'am, answer option A, ma'am.
Option A, x is equal to y. Yeah, because -2, 0, 0, 1, 1. Correct. 5A of the three graphs, the first graph, the correct option is A, x is equal to y, because you can see the points on the graph, -2, -2, 0, 0, 1, 1. So x is equal to y for this one.
Ma'am, for the figure 1.22, the answer is x plus y is
And
equal to 1, ma'am.
Okay, let's see what the others have to say. Yeah.
B, ma'am.
B. Okay, let's wait for the others also.
Ma'am, for third one, answer C, ma'am.
All right, I'm just waiting for all the others to participate. Yes.
Third one, answer C, ma'am.
Third one 2x plus y is equal to 3.
Ma'am, third one, option C, ma'am.
Okay, Shivani, explain why for the third one it is option C. Why can't it be x is equal to y, Shivani?
Ma'am, can I say, ma'am?
See, I'm asking Shivani in particular. Why can't it be option B, Shivani? Why can't it be x is equal to y? Okay. Anybody else? Why can't it be?
Can I?
Ma'am, Pranav, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Because if x is equal to 0, then y is also be 0. Then x is equal to 1, y is also must be 1, ma'am.
Correct.
It's 0, 3, so it is not equal to x is equal to 1, ma'am.
Correct, correct. And what's the other reason? Why can't it
Ma'am?
be x equal to y?
Ma'am,
What?
because it should pass through the origin, ma'am.
Yeah, that is what it is. Correct. Pranam's reasoning is also right. But if x is equal to y, the value of c is 0. The constant is missing. So the value of c is 0. That means the graph should pass through the origin. So clearly it is not, it cannot be the graph of x is equal to y. Pranav's reason is also correct. In this point 0, 3, x is not equal to y. So clearly it cannot be x is equal to y, meaning the equation of the straight line cannot be x is equal to y. Also because if x is equal to y, the value of c is 0. That means the graph should pass through the origin, and it is not passing through the origin. Okay, so for this, for B, we said, which is the option for B?
Ma'am, B, ma'am, x plus y is equal to 1, ma'am.
X plus y is equal to 1.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because x plus y is not 2 clearly. 0 plus 1 is not 2. And x minus y is equal to 1. X minus y, here x minus y is 1, but here x minus y is minus 1. X minus y is minus 1. So this cannot be the equation. This cannot be the equation. And x is equal to y. You can see x is not equal to y. Where is it equal? 0, 1, 1, 0. X is not equal to y. And also if x is equal to y, the graph should pass through the origin. It should pass through the origin. So B is the correct option. For the second one, B is the correct option. X plus y is equal to 1. X plus y is equal to 1. And for this one, 2x plus y is equal to 3, you said, right? 2x plus y is equal to 3. When you substitute 2 into 0, okay. And then 2 into 1, okay, fine. It's not this and it is not. It's not this.
Ma'am?
Just a second. Yeah, it's not this. Yes. 2x plus y is equal to 3. So let's see the answers again, children. 5, first one, which is the correct option?
X is equal to y, ma'am.
X is equal to y is the option, the correct option for the first one. For the second one,
X plus y is equal to 1.
x plus y is equal to 1. Yeah. For the second one, it is x plus y is equal to 1. Yeah. For the third one,
2x plus y is equal to 3.
2x plus y is equal to 3. All right. See, I don't have to, mention every time that, or I don't have to remind you to take a screenshot, children. Wherever you cannot write down, see, there's a graph here. So please take a screenshot. You need not work all this in your book. You can just, again, go through the screenshot and try to understand better. Solve this equation. Solve the fourth equation. I hope you're all solving the equation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am, I have answered it, but it have been struck, ma'am. So I have left the meeting and came back, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. No issues, Shivani. I completely understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, children, what is the value of x? I'm waiting for the value of x. Okay, since it's time, I'll show you the answer. I don't know why I'm not
Ma'am,
getting
1 minute, ma'am. I'm gonna complete, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, x is equal to 6 by 7.
No, I'm that's what when you guys are taking a long time to complete, I assume that you're doing it in a very complicated way. See, we could do it easily. 6 by 7. Let me see. 1 minute. No, it's not 6 by 7. So now let's just do it like this.
Ma'am.
What is 3x plus 6 by 2?
Sorry,
Ma'am.
ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I made a mistake. It is 2, ma'am.
Ma'am, x is 1, ma'am.
X is
Yeah, x is 1. I think that was Arav. X is 1.
Yes, ma'am, x is 1.
Yeah, x is 1. Correct, Arav. Good,
X is
good.
1, ma'am. Sorry, I made a mistake, ma'am.
Okay, okay, no problem. Maybe it was 7 by 7. You said 6 by 7, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Ma'am, I too got the same answer.
Okay, nice. Yeah. You can see it here. So on solving, x is equal to 1. Now, how do you express this equation x is equal to 1 in words? This will be a line. Graphically, this is a line parallel to the x is equal to 1 is a line parallel to the children. We need to wind up the class. It's time.
Y-axis, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
x is equal to 1.
Y-axis, ma'am.
When you treat this as a linear equation on two variables x and y, it's a line parallel to the y-axis. It's a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 1 unit to the right or left?
Right, ma'am.
Right, ma'am.
Right of it, to the right of it. If you treat this as a linear equation on one variable x, then it is represented by a point on a number line. So where just take the number line 0, show the marking 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. And at 1, just mark the point 1 and say x is equal to 1 above it. So you can do the representation in two ways. The geometrical representation is two ways. When you treat it as an equation in one variable x, then it is represented by a point on the number line. When you treat this as an equation in two variables x and y, then it is a line because it is x is equal to 1. So it will be a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 1 unit to the right because it's positive. So it will be to the right of it. All right, children, that's it for today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.